You're 55. You've got maybe $80,000 saved, maybe less. Every financial headline makes it feel like you've already lost the race. Here's what those headlines don't tell you. The IRS wrote extra rules specifically for people in your position, and most workers never use them. According to Vanguard's 2024 How America Saves report, only about 16% of eligible participants actually make catch-up contributions in any given year. That means roughly 84% of people who could be banking extra tax-advantaged money every year are leaving that window wide open and walking away. In the next 12 minutes, you're going to understand exactly how those catch-up rules work, what changed in 2025 under Secure 2.0, and which specific ages unlock which specific extra amounts, so you can decide what fits your situation. The catch-up rules at age 50. Your baseline. Let's start with the foundation, because you need to understand the standard rules before the extra rules make sense. In 2025, the IRS allows workers under age 50 to contribute up to $23,500 to a 401k or similar workplace plan. The moment you turn 50, you become eligible for a catch-up contribution on top of that. The standard age 50 catch-up amount for 2025 is $7,500, according to IRS Notice 2024-80. That brings your total 401k ceiling to $31,000 per year. On the IRA side, the 2025 standard limit is $7,000. The age 50 catch-up there is an additional $1,000 for a combined IRA ceiling of $8,000. Those IRA catch-up limits are not indexed to inflation, which matters if you're doing long-range projections. Your 401k limits adjust with inflation. Your IRA catch-up does not. Here's my take on how to prioritize. If your employer matches any portion of your 401k, contribute at least enough to capture the full match first. That match is an immediate 50% to 100% return on your money before the market does anything. Nothing in this video beats that math. After the match, the right order depends on your tax bracket. And I'll come back to that. The age 55 rule almost nobody knows. This is the one that surprises most people, and it has nothing to do with contributions. If you leave your job at age 55 or older, through a layoff, a resignation, a retirement, or anything else, you can take distributions from that employer's 401k without the normal 10% early withdrawal penalty. This is called the Rule of 55, and it lives in IRC Section 72(2)(a)(v). That rule does not apply to IRAs. It does not apply to old 401k plans at former employers. It applies only to the 401k at the job you leave at 55 or later. Why does this matter in a video about contributions? Because it reframes the strategy. If you're 55 and still working, maximizing contributions into your current employer's 401k using the $31,000 ceiling builds an account you could access penalty-free if you need to bridge income before Social Security. That flexibility has real dollar value. The right move is to treat your current 401k as both a growth vehicle and a potential income bridge, depending on how your career unfolds. This calculation shifts if you're self-employed or if your plan has restrictive distribution rules, so review your specific plan document. Contribution limits, where the gap gets real. Let's put some numbers on the table so the scale of this window is concrete. A 50-year-old who contributes the full $31,000 to a 401k every year for 15 years, reaching age 65, at a 6% average annual return, would accumulate roughly $720,000 from those contributions alone. That same person contributing only the base $23,500, skipping the catch-up, would accumulate about $546,000. The gap is approximately $174,000. I'm not inventing that figure. It falls directly out of standard compound growth math applied to the IRS 2025 limits. Now, I'll acknowledge the obvious. $31,000 a year is a lot of money, and many workers in their 50s are also managing mortgages, college tuition, and aging parents. You don't need to hit the ceiling to benefit from this window. Contributing even $200 extra per month inside a tax-advantaged account matters. The point is not to make you feel behind. The point is to make sure you know the ceiling exists, because the IRS does not send you a reminder. Your filing status and income affect which accounts make the most sense. High-income earners may be phased out of Roth IRA contributions directly. The 2025 phase-out starts at $150,000 for single filers and $236,000 for married filing jointly, per IRS publication 5490A. If you're above those thresholds, a backdoor Roth conversion may be an option, but that involves additional steps and tax implications worth reviewing with a professional. The Secure 2.0 Super Catch-Up at ages 60 or 63. This is where the rules got genuinely more generous and genuinely more confusing. Under the Secure 2.0 Act, signed into law in December 2022 and effective starting in 2025, workers aged 60, 61, 62, and 63 are eligible for a higher catch-up contribution to 401k type plans. The IRS set this super catch-up amount at $11,250 for 2025, according to IRS Notice 2024-80. That means the total 401k contribution ceiling for a 62-year-old in 2025 is $23,500 plus $11,250, a total of $34,750. I spend my days digging into the rules retirees actually have to live with, and this one is easy to miss because the window is narrow. The super catch-up applies only at ages 60 through 63. At age 64, you drop back to the standard $7,500 catch-up. The data is clear. If you are anywhere in that 4-year band right now, this is the single highest leverage contribution window you will ever have access to. There is one important catch. Secure 2.0 also introduced a requirement that workers earning more than $145,000 in the prior year must make catch-up contributions to a Roth account, not a traditional pre-tax account. The IRS issued transition relief extending the deadline for plan compliance, but this rule is coming. If your income is above that threshold, your catch-up dollars will be Roth, after tax going in, tax-free coming out. That is not necessarily worse. For many people in their early 60s who expect lower income in retirement, Roth treatment on catch-up dollars is actually favorable. But your specific bracket math matters here, and a fiduciary can run those numbers for your situation. How to actually put these rules to work. Understanding the rules and using the rules are two different things. Here's what the practical path looks like. First, find out what your current 401k plan actually allows. Not every plan accepts catch-up contributions, even if the IRS permits them. Log into your plan portal, look for a catch-up contribution election, or call your HR or plan administrator. This sounds basic, but Vanguard's data shows only 16% of eligible participants use catch-up contributions. And a meaningful portion of that gap is simply people who never elected to participate. Second, automate it. Set your contribution rate to a percentage that captures the catch-up amount and let payroll handle it. Behavioral finance research from Fidelity shows that participants who automate contribution increases save meaningfully more over time compared to those who make manual adjustments. Manual adjustments require repeated decisions. Automation requires one. Third, if you have IRA room, use it too. A traditional IRA may give you a tax deduction depending on your income and whether you have a workplace plan. IRS publication 590A has the phase-out tables. A Roth IRA grows and distributes tax-free, which has value if you expect your tax rate to rise or stay flat in retirement. Both accounts have the $8,000 combined 2025 ceiling for anyone 50 and older. The right move, given all of this. Open your 401k portal this week, confirm your current contribution rate, and check whether you have a catch-up election in place. If you don't, change it. Even a 1 or 2% increase gets the clock running. You cannot recover time, but you can recover ground. And the rules were written to give you that chance. Before you go, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is general education, not personalized advice. Consult a fiduciary before acting. If this video clarified something you didn't know before, subscribe. We cover the rules of retirement for people who are building real plans in real time, not theoretical portfolios. And in the next video, we're tackling something that catches a lot of near retirees completely off guard, the Medicare surcharge that kicks in when your income crosses $103,000, and how a single year of higher earnings can cost you thousands in premiums. That one is worth knowing about before you take any income-shifting moves in your 60s. If there's a specific catch-up strategy, account type, or retirement rule you'd like me to dig into next, drop it in the comments. I read them, and it directly shapes what we cover. This video may contain affiliate links. I only recommend tools I use personally.